It's your boy Juice Wanna. Yes. This is politics as usual. Wow. Old dog gritty style. I mean, like we just giving it to you raw, baby. Ain't really here for all of the extra stuff. You know what I mean? Um, as you can see, three of the officers were found guilty of federal charges in the George Floyd case. This is what it is, people. This is what it is. You know? So, I don't know how you feel, but I keep saying that this stuff should not be happening. So it's like, how am I supposed to be happy when right after that verdict, I don't know if it was after or before, because the young man out in, I want to get this correct. Um, where was he at? He's out in. Let me see. It should be coming up on my ticker real soon. Here, where he basically. Let me go into my read. All right, Officers Floyd, Milwaukee arrest. So, it's a young man out in Milwaukee, right, who was arrested and found dead. I don't know if it was in his cell yet. I didn't go through all of the article yet. I just seen the title as I was setting up to get ready for this show. So, then I ran across the guilty verdict and all of that. So, I had to make preparations to even get all of this stuff up inside, my feed and all of that. You see the ticker and all of that at the bottom. Well, I had to put all of that stuff in, decide what articles I was gonna go through. So forgive me, I'm over here preparing a little herbals, as I normally do. Okay. Yeah, forgive me, but don't forgive me because this is what I do. This is just what I do. All right. So I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I'll be honest with you. I'm happy because they deserve to be found guilty. You know, all of the suffering that the people went through, shit, they used it for global reasoning for having to get out. The George Floyd protests, you know what I'm saying, was for me, in my personal opinion, was hijacked in order for people to get out of their cribs during the lockdown. Pardon me, I'm over here looking at something real quick. Move this over here. All right. So, the George Floyd had a large impact. For me, if you could see the Aubrey verdict, then you definitely could see the George Floyd verdict coming. It's like, yeah, yeah, you pieces of shit. And then for me, really, the problem is here it goes, two black officers who's been put in every situation that police officers had judgment of using this type of force. And then the minute black officers get caught up in it, oh no, y'all going. Shit, ain't no hesitation, no union defending them, nothing. And this is how it's always been. Because it was a white guy who was killed. These are the things that's going on. So you really gotta know. It's like it's not just somebody just saying something. I follow the news. You know what I mean? I'm following what's happening around me. I'm watching, okay, here go once again, we get these verdicts. The people are happy, but then it's like you got this hand that has to play a part in other ways to make you just back on the bullshit. In that same fucking area again, that Milwaukee area. Let me think. Milwaukee. Isn't that in yeah, Milwaukee. It's up around there. All of that that top of the map, you know? So for me, it's like I don't know what's going on, people. I really don't know. I don't know how to like feel. So I'm gonna just have to go into the story. Let me go into some of these stories and you know, I wanna be happy. I wanna be happy for the people. You know what I mean? But I know with being happy, we gotta be more on point. Every time, this type of stuff happens, it gets real in the field. Pardon me here. All right. Okay. Um uh, there's a lot of racist shit going on around here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Bing, bing, bing. As you can see right up on top. Breaking news. Three former Minneapolis police officers found guilty of violating George Floyd's civil rights. Click for more. Nah, you ain't got to go nowhere. We already right here. You know? Three former Minneapolis police officers have been guilty of violating civil rights of George Floyd, a black man whose death at the hands of police in 2020 spurred protests against systematic racism around the world. Like I said, they'll and like make it seem like this systematic racism was addressed around the world, but nah. It was really about getting out, getting outside, and using once again the black plight for that. I mean, I was listening to people talk about they was strictly trying to get to beauty salons and stuff like that. So it's hard for me to buy into that. And let's go over here, keep reading. So a former officer, the former officers, J. Alexander, whatever the fuck, Thomas Lane, and 2000 were charged with depriving Floyd of his civil rights while acting under government authority. And Chung faced an additional charge of not intervening and stopping their fellow officer, Derek Chauvin, from using excessive force. They had pleaded not guilty. Yeah, they stood right there. One of them had his hands in his pockets like it was nothing. Um, all three face up to life in prison. Though such a severe punishment is unlikely, a state trial is scheduled for June against the men on charges of aiding and abetting murder and manslaughter. In closing argument, prosecutors said the defendants had front row seats to George Floyd's murder and chose to do nothing to help him while Chauvin knelt on Floyd's neck for 9.5 minutes. They chose not to aid George Floyd in as the window into which Mr. Floyd's life could have been saved slammed shut. Prosecutors Manda Stachin, I'm sorry if I didn't get that, search it, said Tuesday. Officers had responded to a call from a convenience store in Minneapolis, Powerhome Park neighborhood, about a counterfeit bill when they encountered Floyd, 26, laying in both rookie officers and partners on the call were on top of Floyd as it applied deadly pressure to Floyd's neck and he gasped for air. Thou had been in charge of crowd control. And I believe that's the man who, had his hands in his pockets. So, yeah, you just basically sat around. As rookies, your training was this. And the world got to see the training for police officers when it comes to black people. When it comes to black people. From here on out, I tell people all the time, especially black people, just be the verdict. Be the victim. Fuck being tough when it comes to them. Be the victim and be exactly what you are. So that means stop rhyming about killing and murder and all of that. As if, you trying to prove you tough. Nah, fuck that. Get your reparations, be the victims that you always been. You ain't got to play victim. You are the victims. They convinced you to accept their scars that they hand you like it's a fucking badge of honor. Like you earned something with those whips and chains. Like you just tougher now. Look, y'all can take so much. Nah, man, you the victim. You know what I mean? And this is what it is. Now we victims, and you're gonna have to pay reparations too, motherfucker. This right here is CRT on steroids. This is CRT on steroids, people. That's just it. Whenever you get these people that ask you like, what about why critical race theory? And listen, damn near every article I'm gonna pull up is gonna be dealing with race. So if critical race theory ain't real, right? If this is just something that should be avoided because it's making problems, well, apparently you don't mind the problem on one side. You just don't want, the backlash from the problems you've been given and still given. That's what critical race theory is to me. Somebody refusing to want to give. You know what I mean? In the sense of outside of the lashings and the beatings. They want to give you everything of those, but they don't want to give you nothing else. They don't want to give you a break. And so you gotta do it the way, I listen to the black people talk about they the Jews, but they not doing what the Bible taught them how to get free. If you followed the rules of the Bible, we would be free. And I don't mean like you still shackles and chains free. I mean free of the oppression, that's set upon you that you can't even see, because it's a pass the buck. It's like calling, what you call that shit, like customer service, and every time they pass you to a new office, you got to repeat every last thing you said again. That's how they rocking it. So you just gotta be on point. You just gotta just be the victim. Say fuck it. You know what I mean? Taking everything to court. Take everything to court. And I'm gonna get into why I'm saying that with your boy Cal in a minute. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, we can slide over to that right now. Let me slide out here real quick. Right? Let's get to Cal. Mr. Cal. Is it dark in here? Feels dark. Mr. Cal. Let's bring him up. I'm gonna lead this story. I want to lead a 3 verdict. Um. Okay. So let's bring you up, Cal. All right. Okay. Let me check me away real quick. Cal Rittenhouse announced he's suing Lebron James. You see these tactics of attacking your words while we don't attack theirs. Attack everything. If you could sue us for anything, and Cardi B just opened the gate, black people should only be looking at white people for every fucking lawsuit in the world. Fuck it. Fuck it, right? That's how we playing this out now. Make make everything a fucking problem. You going after Whoopi. Now you're going after LeBron James. Let me see here. All right. A few months ago, Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James mocked Cal Rittenhouse for crying when he took the stand during his murder trial. What is? I didn't see one. James tweeted in November. Man, knock it off. That boy ate some lemon heads before he walked into court. During a recent interview with Drew Hernandez, the 19-year-old revealed that he intends on suing LeBron James for his comments. Where inside there is the problem? LeBron said, "What tears? I didn't see any tears. Man, knock it off." So you telling me nobody has an opinion, nobody has a feeling, nobody has any observation, right? They gotta see exactly what you see, and if not, you got this fucking problem. Well, eat a dick, Cal. I said it. Eat a dick, Cal Rittenhouse. Tell him I said it. Come sue me, you fucking faggot. Bitch, whatever the fuck you want to be called. Fuck you. You know? Every time I turn around, you see these corny dudes. These corny dudes who act like you can't say nothing. You shot people. People observed the video. People got an opinion. Fuck what the court say. I can feel whatever I fucking feel. Is he going out there slandering you? There's a difference between opinions and slander. Oh, he's this type of person. He's that. That's slandering you. Having an observation and opinion on what I observed, I'm observing this right here. I think this is some sucker shit. I think it's corny and I really think it's stupid. Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say, yo, I think this is stupid? I think this is some corny shit. I think he's corny. That's my personal opinion. I think he's corny. Right? Don't I have a right to say that now? If I'm attacking him on some like outside sources or something, I'm basing it off of this right here. What I'm seeing, what you stating, why you want to take him to court for. I'm not allowed to have an opinion because I'm not allowed to have an opinion because somebody might agree. Not necessarily because I said it, but they had a similar thought. So, God forbid all of the people who might have had a similar thought about you met up and agreed. You know, that's the beautiful thing about the internet, though. It allows you to link up with people who share your opinion. That's the reason why on Facebook you have the like, but you also have the mad face to show that not everybody agrees with you. So if they didn't have that, that's to show that everybody can weigh in their own personal way. Like, I don't agree with that. Now, that might be, you know what I mean? So I don't understand where is this problem. Pardon me, I'm over here preparing this real quick. So I'm over here trying to understand that, to be honest with you. Like, my mind is on, like, what the hell am I listening to here? Sound like some old lady, you know, back in the days and shit. You know, like, I'll show you. I'll sue you for this. I'll sue you for that. You know what I mean? Like, it just sounds like one of those. I don't know how accurate that is. I'm just telling you that's what it sounds like to me. Am I allowed to have that opinion or observation? And like, it's just an observation that I observed. You know, so I just think, like, who are these people? Because I think of what's his name too, out in Florida, Zimmerman. You know, like, who didn't he try to take the mother to court, like the family or something like that? Like, what's going on? Like, the level of disrespect towards people. If you had any remorse for what you did, right, whether or not you guilty or not, I mean, if your tears were genuine, right? Like, I'm not telling you it wasn't. I'm just saying, if they were, wouldn't you think that if it was anybody in your outside of your position, meaning that if you were the observer, right? We understand that, you know, you saying, what happened and it was this or that, we hear you. We hear you, right? But wouldn't it be embraced if, there was certain actions that show that those words are genuine? Meaning that, okay, you was on trial, right? People had opinions, still got opinions. People got opinions of OJ. Do you see people? Do you see? Imagine all of the people who talked about OJ. Yo, OJ about to be a rich motherfucker. Yo, real talk. Yo, could somebody link me up with OJ, please? Link me up to OJ. Man, do you realize how much money your OJ would be the richest man right now? All he got to go through is every last footage, every last joke. I don't care if it was Saturday Night Live. Yo, to this day, people make references to OJ in a non-flattering way, right? Y'all found them guilty of what you call that? Um Civil, right? It was like some civil case or something, right? But it wasn't for the crime. Like he didn't for like criminal case. He didn't go for a criminal case. So what's the problem? Somebody tell OJ he got a lot of money coming towards him. Lot of money. Shit, you know, I mean Jackson, you know how many people have went through the onslaught, and I mean way worse than somebody simply saying, I don't see no tears. What tears? You know? Like I can imagine so many other people, 2 points, right? I can imagine so many other people who who went through onslaught of disrespect. I don't think while you was on trial, somebody making a statement about you is wrong. You're on trial. You wasn't innocent yet. You wasn't guilty. The public has the right to its opinion. That's just how it goes. Was it swaying the jury? Did his statement play a part with the jury in any way? Because if not, then I don't understand what's the problem. I don't know. I can't understand it. You know, Mr. Rittenhouse? Maybe you can make this, you know, based Cal. This is Cal R. Denounce Black Lives Matters and reveal he will be suing King James. So he denounces Black Lives Matter as well. Is he like the spokesperson for that America? Is he the spokesperson for that America? That America that we always know, right? But that America might be slowing down, so they need a campaign. Now, my thing is this, right? Here it is. Pardon me, I'm looking for a lighter. Um, damn, I gotta go. I got 1 minute. Um, now here it is. This man, I don't even know what I was talking about now. Shit. Um, Mr. Cal Rittenhouse. Oh, is he the front line of this? That America, the America that we know, we always know. It's not a mystery to us, that America. Now he's like that right there. I would say he had a better chance of making sense with the Whoopi Goldberg than the LeBron James. I don't watch the I mean, that's the WNBA. I don't watch, sports like that as of late because I look at all of that as the plantation. So for me, like I'm good with it. So don't think that I'm saying this as a LeBron fan. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? LeBron don't even know my name. So I don't even care. You know what I mean? So I'm saying this just out of observation. Like, am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? Could somebody tell me what am I missing with Mr. Cal? Mr. Cal. Mr. Cal. Okay, hold on. Who we got next? Right? Now let's go into Milwaukee. All right. Let's head out to Milwaukee, people. And we in Milwaukee. What is this? See this? Milwaukee man arrested during traffic stop dies in custody. Mm, 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 mm. Bring me back for y'all. Bring this down as we slide down here. It goes. A man was arrested during a traffic stop early Wednesday morning and dies late that day while he was in custody of Milwaukee police. All right. And what else do we have? All right. It says an investigation has been launched into three offices have been placed on administrative duty per department policies, according to a police news release. The 20, the man, 20, who police did not identify, was pulled over just before 2 a.m. on Wednesday for a traffic stop violation. He was arrested. Yeah, the police. It goes, pulled over violation. He was arrested after officers learned he had a warrant. Police said a search of his car also turned up illegal narcotics. Yeah, you wouldn't say his name, so I don't know. We might have to question that. A man was the man was booked at Milwaukee Police Department District 5. Authorities said jail staff conducted multiple sales checks and at 6 a.m. a staffer noticed the man was in need of medical attention. Officers provided life saving measures until they were relieved by the Milwaukee Fire Department. Ultimately, the individual was pronounced deceased, police said. Chief Jeffrey Norman said to his knowledge, the man was not involved in any physical altercation during his arrest and had not been injured prior to being booked. Norman said, in the case remains under investigation. So, a man comes in, he dies in police custody. He had no altercations, apparently. I'm not going to say what I'm assuming happened here. On any side, I'm not going to point the fingers at the police. I'm not gonna point the fingers at him. I'ma just say, yeah, we need an investigation. Due to the fact, especially due to the fact, you never even gave his name. Now, normally if it was due to family, like say, you know, you don't want to say nothing until you get in contact with the family, cool. But that's not what is being said here. So I don't know. So I'm gonna leave that for now. Just put it on the burner. You know how I do. I'll bring shit up. See, just so we could have it out there. I'd always come back later, and this is one of them things. I get a strong feeling it's gonna come back later. So we can move on from that right now. All right. Like I said, we wanna give a shout out. You know, 3 officers found guilty on federal charges in George Floyd killing. Just so we can have that on file. I just had to go back to that. Wanted to take a quick acknowledgement of that before we move on to another case out here. Let's head out to Oakland, people. Let's head out to Oakland. Right? Oakland Mayor, defund the police push went too far. All right. Oakland City Mayor Libby Soch. Wait, let me see this. Schoff on Thursday called for more investment in addressing what she said are the root causes of violent crime that has spiked in big cities across the nation. But the mayor stopped short of echoing calls for actives to defund. Wait, activists. Okay, I'm looking at active. Calls from the activists to defund police, arguing that the push went too far and got convulsive, convoluted. It did though. Like, let me tell you something. I am not a defund the police department spokesperson. I'm not that type of person. Um, and I'm a criminal. I was a criminal. Past criminal, activities. Um, for somebody, and I don't know what rehabilitated is. Just because I don't commit crimes, I don't know if that's rehabilitated. I just don't commit crimes because I just learned that there's more damage done to people, even people that you didn't even intentionally mean to harm. You know what I mean? You can make all of the excuses for what you do, but the people that you harm don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? So for myself, I I I just denounced that lifestyle. I said, it's not something I support. You know what I mean? Not in this, not put it like this, especially not in the form that you see it on black crime and the underroot causes of it. I'm not with all of that. Not in my community. So, I'm just when I speak on behalf of, you know, black people. So I'm only speaking in that regard, of crime and why I couldn't involve myself in crime. Like I'm good. You know what I mean? It's like a never ending problem and nothing you're gonna do is gonna get you out of that by thinking that like committing more of that is gonna get you out of whatever you thinking is gonna get you out of. So it's only gonna get you more deeper in it, is what I'm saying. It's been it's been particularly heart wrenching in Oakland because we had just made national headlines for cutting gun violence in half and situating these lower rates for 5 years, Scarf said in an interview with Politicto for. The lighter was right there that whole time. Ah, hey, get up and get me a lighter. Fucked around and had my lighter here the whole damn time. Shit. All right. Pardon me if I had to slide out real quick. Waited for my break at least. Try to make a longer break. That 1 minute time. That 1 minute ain't doing it, baby. You know what I mean? So, let me light this up. You don't mind, right? It ain't going nowhere. Huh? It ain't going nowhere, right? Oh, let me see something here. And I'm going to go through my little Twitter feed, see what people say about that too in a minute. Hold on here. Let me see. Huh? Right. Just seeing if anybody came through. You know, welcome to my chat room. This is on Twitch. I'm up on Twitch, streaming. Just wanted to see if anybody stopped by and shit. Yeah. All right. Let's get back into this. What we got here? All right. So it says Politicto the fifth. American Mayor Summit. Scarf added that when we saw this surge come up during the pandemic, and let's all be honest, after George Floyd, after the country just saw its faith in government justice compromised, we were just heartbroken. All right, slide down here. Read a little bit more what the young lady had to say. And 2021 was one of the deadliest years in Oakland in the past decade. Nationwide, the murder rate rose by 30% in 2020 compared to 2019, the biggest increase in the last century. Scarf said Thursday that investments in housing, public health, and behavioral health would drive down crime rates. And while she distanced herself from calls of defund the police, a movement that derived police funding into other crime prevention services that gained national movement after the police killing of George Floyd in 2020. She said conversations about reforming the criminal justice system are important. Let me say something, right? And this is to the people of Oakland. That young lady lost her life. You know, what was that on a train, on a bus service? You know, They, that white man stabbed her. I believe it was her and her sister, and she died. You are from the city of the Panthers. What are you guys doing? I'm not gonna lie to you. As an East Coast person, I always saw the West as the greatest symbol of black struggle and rebellion. And I'm talking about it in modern time. Always, between that and Chicago, in the early days, my early days, when I was younger, those were the two cities that I always heard and always saw giving it up. Especially LA, like that California, not even just LA, but that California, that whole black pride, white pride, brown pride. That Texas vibe where everything is clear cut because these are environments where you see it very, very clearly and largely. So I can't understand why would y'all be running around and just destroying yourself. That's why I'm giving so much credit every day to the new era dude. The new era movement is the most strongest and productive black movement in America on all fronts. It's not asking you to relinquish your masculinity. It's not deemed as toxic as far as I see. I see the strength in the people. So I don't see it as effeminate. I see, the strong women presence in there, but I don't see it a, um as a silence to male masculinity. Like a lot of these organizations had placed themselves in it to give this feminine impression. So I don't see that out of them. And so Detroit is where I'm looking at now. But I always, always understood, the complexities of, California as a whole, not just LA, just California, the breakdown, north to south, everything. Like anybody who understands, that racial division in California, you know. And like I said, when in Chicago too, is very segregated. Everything is closed off. And so I be thinking they arranged for the Chicago thing to start getting, to start in the gentrification. They were just never able to infiltrate, even though Chicago has always been on it. I don't think they ever been able to truly infiltrate those lands yet. I believe that just like how they used like the MS-13s and all of that out in California to get out the black people in those neighborhoods. They know. You ask them people about MS-13 and them having hits and clearing out certain areas, and that's how they did it. So I look at the same thing, like, towards Chicago. I know, like, in New York, it was more of them starving them out. Cause like when I seen all the articles and all of that, in the New York area, like they was locking ladies up. Like a lady up, she just sat on the steps. Like they was having police presence in all the like places where black people were. So if you was trying to get to work or something, you was dead. Like if you didn't have money and you was dead. You was dead. So they were doing more starve outs and silent invasions in New York. The tour buses and looking at stuff and money speaks in New York. So dudes will sell out just because they think they could, get close to something or whatever the case and give it all up. You know what I mean? They probably didn't have nothing anyway, but still, you still gave up. Now the prices and all of that, rent, all of that, because you relinquished those spots, you know? So I don't know what to tell them on that. Let me go back over here. Got my time. All right, a lot over here. So when I see this, like I told them, I never I don't support defund the police. I don't support that at all. I don't support police brutality. It's two different things. There's a difference between like I guess certain like cities and towns, like small cities, not even cities, small towns. I could see you defunding the police. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this community is. You got a city, communities don't exist because people can enter other communities without no observation, no regulations, no nothing. The bigger you are, the more you could do. Imagine you telling somebody they can't come to the projects, right? Now they come back with 50 dudes. You know what I mean? It's like that don't work like that in city environments. So the people inside of those environments are not supposed to relinquish. But if you follow the trail of black people throughout New York City, you'll see that it was always that push up, push, and now I don't know where they pushing them now. Harlem is the last. That's at the top. Unless you go all the way up to Washington Heights, but as far as that line, Washington Heights is up the hill. But that's it. I don't really think the Dominicans is relinquishing like that. But that's how they usually came through. When I seen them, they was moving inside those areas, because of skin tone and stuff like that. So, that's just that. But let's slide on to, let me see, we got some time. Yeah, okay. So I blame the Oakland violence on the foolishness of Oakland people. You know what I mean? Like, y'all seen it. Like, the nation saw that, felt that. I'm thinking y'all ready to unite. Like what y'all doing, man? You're bugging, man. Stop the bullshit, man. Be the leaders, the forefront. You held the spot. You turned the destructive into gangs. Turn that shit right back around. If y'all got so much strength and respect the Tookie, where's the next Tookie that's gonna, or the next Raymond Washington who's gonna take it out of that? But I guess you need the Freemasons and all of that to help you again to wipe out those groups and form a whole new group. You know what I mean? But that's how those groups are started. Yeah, you know, do your research. Do your research. You'll learn how they got started. And that's why I say, you know, they were set there to remove those people from out of the area. Nothing happens overnight. Right? You start an organization, and then all of a sudden the guy who starts it disappears and the chaos ensues. But the guy who started it was, you know, dealing with the Kappas and all of them dudes. So you figure it out, you know? Let's see what else we gonna deal with here. I think this is a California case too, right? Yep. California high school counselor arrested after making racist and homophobic threats to two coaches at different schools. Oh, at a different school. Okay. Let's see here. Slide over here. Huh? A California high school guidance counselor was arrested earlier this week for allegedly making criminal threats involving hate speech, authorities said. Todd Andrew Tyler, 53, is a guidance counselor at Yuba City High School. According to the Maryville Police Department, he left several voicemail containing racist and homophobic language to two coaches at a Maryville High School varsity softball team. Tyler appeared to be upset with the coaches about his child's position in a game, police said in a news release. When he was arrested Tuesday morning, officers found a loaded handgun located in the center console of his car. He's facing charges of making criminal threats, hate speech involving threats, and carrying a concealed weapon in his car. He looking like he don't think that shit is for real, huh? You don't think? I don't know. Look like he got like a little. No, no, that don't look like a smirk. That look like he probably with like a twitch, like shit. You know what I'm saying? You see his whole side, like on that side, like you see like his eye dropped, see his lip up. You know, it looked like he was smirking, but I don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna make no accusations. Okay, Todd Andrew Tyler of Maryville Police Department. One of the coaches, we about to go to a break anyway. One of the coaches who received the message, Maurice Clavel, told the local television station KCRA that Tyler had called him nearly 20 times, leaving about 20 threatening voicemails. Shit. And one of his message, which Clavel said was left by Tyler, a man can be heard making threats to him in a graphic way. So just understand, I'm coming to get you, and I look forward to it. Look forward to splitting your face in half. Look forward to proving what losers you are. And what he said, and I said it on the phone. I'm gonna have fun with you, Mo. I'm gonna truck you down, the voice said. I don't understand. Like, okay, the Mo. I don't know. Some of the calls use homophobic and racist slurs. Officers confirmed. Okay. The action described. Now we're about to take a break in 18, so I'm gonna just let y'all see it. Slide on to a new article. You know, this is shit we up against, man. And this is what we are up against. You know? Don't let them fool you. Oh, no. Don't let them fool you, man. This is what we are up against on a regular basis. All right, let me slide over to something else here. And it's just all in just the news. It ain't what I'm looking for. This is what's coming up. Let me see what else we got. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Let me see. Okay, here we go again. Huh? Bing, bing, bing. Huh? Hold on. Take me away for a quick one. Columbia Psychiatry. I don't know. Pardon me. Psychiatry chair suspended after racist tweet about black model. Jennifer Lieberman, a chair at Columbia University Department of Psychiatry, has been suspended from his role due to a tweet. I say, oh, it was Jeffrey, my fault. Yeah, tweet that others have labeled as racist. Oh, my fault. I thought you could see that. Newsweek obtained an email sent to Columbia University facility and staff stating that Lieberman was suspended from his role as chair in the Department of Psychiatry at Vegulu College and physicians and surgeons, as well as removes as psych and chief in New York Presbyterian Hospital effective immediately. The email was signed by Dr. Anil K. Rustigji, Integram Executive Vice President and Dean of the Facility of Health Science and Medicine, and Dr. Stephen J. Cordwin presents and Chief Executive Officer of New York Presbyterian. The pair said they would be meeting today with department, psychiatry, facility staff, and trainees with an announcement soon regarding new psychiatric interim chair. On Monday, Jeffrey Lieberman retweeted another user's tweet post regarding South Sudanese model Nayakim Gatwich. It is not a work of art made of black stone or granite, read. And the original tweet published by the user with the handle ZG Forever She is Sudanese model and the most beautiful among black beauties. So, okay, so he was just saying it is not a work of art made of black stone or granite. Also said that Gatwich is the genuine book of world records for the darkest skin on earth. But in 2020, Guinness tweeted and clarified it does not monitor skin tone. In the now deleted tweet from Lieberman that was published by was this newones.com, he appeared apparently stated whether a work of art or freak of nature. She's a beauty sight to behold. Oh yeah, he bugging out right there. Yeah, he bugging out. Whether a work of art or a freak of nature, she's a beautiful sight to behold. I mean, but if I'm correct, like, isn't there like a um, isn't that like from a poem or like was that a movie? Was that a line in a movie? I'm almost thinking that was like from a line in a movie. Whether a work of art or a freak of nature, she's a beautiful sight to behold. Lieberman. What is Lieberman? Is that like a Jew? Is Lieberman a Jewish name? Huh? We're gonna check that out. Clearly, rumors still floating around even after Guinness World Records stated that it does not monitor dark skin. She wrote, I can't imagine it even possible to know who's the lightest or darkest person on the planet. That's true. She also said that the rumor was negatively impacted her Instagram account. Wow. I have worked really hard to build my page and use it as a platform to promote self acceptance, body positivity, and of course, my brand partnership. But it also, but it's about self love, about anything above anything else. Getwich wrote. I don't buy followers, and to those who believe otherwise, I do not need to manufacture lies to the likes. It's not my style. I love my dark skin and my nickname, Queen of Dark, but I've never said I'm the darkest person on earth. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would make that's a ill ass claim. I mean, if she's the darkest model, you know that might come into question, right? Is she the darkest model? Huh? Fuck it. You know what I mean? We still got to investigate what he was talking about. That's really the problem. It's not, whether or not he thinking he's addressing her. You ain't addressing her. She ain't even saying that. Other people are saying that, right? Who knows? I don't know. All right, let's see. Now let's get into the stuff y'all want to hear about. All right, let's go over to this. Okay. No, 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 no. Hold on. What is this about here, people? Crypto is the new stock market as both tank after Putin invades Ukraine. Mm. Putin invasion of Ukraine was immediately devastating to stock markets by cryptocurrency investors. Also took a hit after Bitcoin and all of these other followed the market's Tuesday downturn. A close relationship between cryptocurrency and the stock market, um, once thought to be separate, is becoming increasingly clear, and the Ukraine conflict is the latest indicator of digital currency like bitcoins are not insulted from no isolated from the real world. So if you don't think that we are headed into the digital era, you're a fool. Seriously. You are a fool if you don't think we are headed into a full fledged, no privacy world. You know what I mean? We headed into a no privacy world right now. It's my fault. Um, yeah. You know what I mean? Like we are headed in a no privacy world where everybody is gonna know everything. Unless you taking it back to the bartering system, you know what I mean? Like where everything is that would be the only way to be off the grid, basically. Going back to the bartering system. That's the only way to break that system now. Because the cryptocurrency and all of that, the bitcoins and all of that was just to get you into digital currency. Because they was ready right when they opened that up. You see the government right behind setting up their currencies and all of that. So you better be really thinking about what direction life is gonna be, and how are you planning to maneuver in that. You know what I mean? Like how are you planning to move in that system? In a digital era, how are you planning to move? Because it's real. It's already happened. We signed into it. We bought into it. And if you could say anything of the Ukraine invasion, is that you learned something. You learned that damn. We have been duped once again, and in this way it was to go digital. And you dealing with dudes who hack and all of that. It's like isn't Russia like number one between that? I think it's like China or some shit like that. Shit, if I'm correct, hell, Ukraine and them got some hackers. I know the Israelis in them, and they mess with the Ukrainians, right? Right? All right. So let's go into here. What do we got here? Slide out of here. What we got? That's the Oakland crypto. All right. Aubrey. Let's see. Let's go to some news. Let's see what the news is talking about. I want to streak through the news. I'm just sitting here. All right, breaking news. Hold on. All right, let's go over here. I can watch some news. All right. Chart wars between Riot blockchains and Marathon Digital. Which Bitcoin miner will reverse first? James High School shooting suspect said he asked his parents to get him professional help, but they laughed and said, "You suck it up." He he told friends. I said he asked his parents to get him professional help. Yeah, he's sending them to jail. He's sending his parents to jail. Hold on a minute. Let me let y'all see that, right? He's sending his parents to jail. They definitely going down with him. He said we all going. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like y'all either. We are shocked. Russians react to invasion. Wait, the Russians are shocked? Oh, let me go back here. Oh, Russians react to invasion, so they shocked. They didn't think it was gonna go down either. All right? A long time since people seen wars and shit. Texas high school court questions clinic challenge to abortion law. Yes. I'm telling you, Texas, man, Texas, it's kind of hard not to like Texas. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard not to like Texas. I'm being honest with you. You know, let me go inside. Yeah, hold on. Bring me back. See what else we got over here. Well, I like Texas. I ain't gonna lie. I like Texas. CDC to significantly ease pandemic mask guidelines Friday. I mean, I ain't think the way I was looking at it, I didn't really see nobody even looking like they was caring. And I personally think they lifting the mask um what is this guidelines due to the fact of all of the chaos that's taking place. You know what I mean? They like, wait a minute, we can't have that. And that's just what I feel. I don't know, man. You know, it's damn sure crazy out there and shit. Where we at? U.S. Supreme Court with the Spurns bid for religious opt out from vaccine rule. Um, let's see. White men who face these challenges in life are more likely to recognize white privilege. I don't even know what these rules are. I think all white people know what white privilege and shit. It'd be like, I don't know, black to not know what white privilege is. Addressing coding, and minimum wage. No thanks, you. Ultra worker says her manager dress codes her, making sparking debate. Okay. Get the fuck out of here. Don't move. Get a new job, motherfucker. Texas man accused of attacking Asian family over racist Coronavirus fear pleads guilty to hate crime charges. See, this is why I say, like, I don't know if I could really be in Texas. Like, I need one of them towns that are black. You let me get, and it got to be a few towns that's black. It ain't going to just be that one town and a whole bunch of white towns around it. Nah, we ain't going to do that. You know what I mean? But that's the only way I would go to Texas. I would move to Texas under those stipulations. Just telling the truth. You know what I mean? I like Texas laws. I don't like, you know. Milwaukee police investigate death of 20-year-old in holding cell after traffic stop. We went through that. Pete Davidson deletes Instagram after Kanye West dig. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go on to this. All right, let's go. What did Kanye say? Oh, it's a video. Okay. Boom, boom. Rapper Jim Jones and celebrity jeweler Alex Todd on their new luxury cannabis brand. Okay. Okay. Jim Jones making some moves with the cannabis. Okay, Jimmy. Okay. I give him credit for that. Pardon me here. Yeah, I give him credit for that right there. You know, I know Mike Tyson doing this thing, and if I'm correct, he's like an ambassador to one of them countries in Africa, Mike Tyson. I know Dame Dash been doing his thing in it. I know Jay-Z came out with a few strains. I haven't been following up on that. I know like 88 and um all of them dates. I know it's like his is named after dates, like in his albums, like the album dates. So I think it was like one is like 9/7 or something like that, 9/6. Um, so I haven't run across it yet. So when I run across it, I definitely give the update on that. But who else also? It's a few of them. Cam, I believe, like I said, he has one too. So to see Jimmy making these moves, and he was the surprise dude out of Dipset. Like as far as like artist wise, like I didn't really think to see that he would have the longevity, especially outside of Dipset and Cameron. So he making power moves definitely, stayed relevant on his own merit. Much power to Jimmy for that. One student loan forgiveness, millions of jobs qualify for update programs, and yours might be one of them. Look into that, people. You might want to check into that. Okay. Amazon called the cops on a union organizer who was bringing food to warehouse workers. The New York NYPD arrested him. Let me see. Him and two Amazon workers. We find out he in some type of organization. Okay, let's see here. ALU. NYPD arrested three Amazon union organizers at the Staten Island warehouse on Wednesday. One organizer, ex Amazon worker Chris Smalls, had come to the warehouse break room to give out food. The Amazon spokesperson said Smalls has repeatedly trespassed. Yeah. The New York Police Department arrested 3 union organizers at Amazon's JFK warehouse in Staten Island on Wednesday. Among those arrested is Chris Smalls, a former worker and president of the Amazon Labor Union, the ALU. Successful petitioned the National Labor Relations Board for a union election. At JFK last week, the election is due to be held between March 25th and March 30th. Small told Reuters he had come to the warehouse to give out food to workers on their break. Derek Palmer, an ALU organizer and employee who witnessed the arrest, told Vice and Amazon General Management. And Amazon General Management said they were calling the police after organizers brought grilled chicken and pasta to workers in the break room. Oh yeah, they did not like that. I could I could definitely see this, really ticking them off. Wow, the union making these type of moves. They about to have votes. They set up a union in Amazon. I think it started off as a scare tactic that completely went off the rails. Connor Spence, another ALU organizer and employee, told Bloomberg. An Amazon spokesperson told in Bloomberg Amazon had called the police because Smalls has repeatedly trespassed on JFK 8. Okay. Oh, you wasn't seeing that. My fault. Let me slide y'all over here. I can see that real quick. This is just the article. All right. This is the brother right there. Okay. This is the headline. All right. Slide over here. Let's see what else we have. Just going through some news. All right. Let's see what we got. All right. Let me see. I want to see that. 3 reasons to consider investing in Bitcoins despite market vitality. Majority of DC residents support cleaning of homeless encampments. Post poll finds. Majority of DC residents support cleaning of homeless encampments. This is getting out of control, huh? So DC has like these roles as well. Are we watching the results of greed nationwide? That sure looks like how I seen out in Cali. Not just Skid Row. I'm talking about like crazy. So I'm just wondering, like, is this like the growing trend that was always there, but we never noticed because everybody was worrying about so much other stuff that now you can see it. Right? I think I read that. Suspended after video of brutal cut, vomiting 20 plus times. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let me see. Boom, boom. Cryptocurrency, Polygon falls more than 8% in 24 hours. See, when it comes to cryptocurrency, I'm wondering, is it gonna be like the value is gonna be lower? Like, is this all for that type of purpose? Like to lose that bubble. You know what I mean? That to bring it down. So you cause these type of things. So all of those, you know, values can change. You know, like how you got, what is it, like the bull and the bear and shit. Bitcoins linked to stocks grows tighter as crisis whipsaws prices. The weekend makes huge social media fox pause as Russia attacks Ukraine. Faux right? Isn't that how you say it? Um, Texas police chief accused of using N-word a murder amidst a murder investigation. Let's see what this say. What is this? Castroville Police Chief Jackson has been placed on administrative leave Tuesday after being caught using racial slurs while evaluating a murder scene. Reports KSAT 12 News. The incident was recorded on the body cam footage. Ooh. On February 5th, officers responded to a report of a found body between Houston Street and Highway 90. Reported KSAT, however, during the investigation, officials reported Jackson to be using inappropriate language. It was reported that he was heard using the N word 3 times while discussing where the victim, Elijah Chandler, was formed. While the Medina County Sheriff Office deputy looked through the footage, he alerted, Castroville officials of what he heard per KSAT report. Does not tolerate discrimination of any kind. Our criminal justice system cannot be shaped by bias, policing, and unfair judicial precedents. My fault here. Starting to get tired.